You are looking at a TNA knockout, former member of the Dollhouse. She is beautiful, but she is dangerous and maybe a little bit unstable. Marvelous Marti Belle. We've seen an IWC in the past, but she's part of history here tonight. In the 15-plus year history of IWC, we've never had a women's champion. That will change in a matter of minutes. We'll crown the first in just a moment. When you look through the lineage, years down the line, there's only one name that can start it all off. We'll find out who that is in this segment. Marti Belle, the most prolific of the athletes in this matchup. And say hello to Sonya Strong. Trainee of the Amazing Red in the Bronx, New York is where she's from. Only a couple years in the game. But from what I understand, she is a hard hitter, and she is very, very physical in between those ropes. Her reputation precedes her. She was chosen as kind of the wild card in this matchup. Haven't seen her in IWC before, but man, let me tell you, she could easily leave with everything. Not impressed by this jam-packed crowd in Elizabeth, though. We'll see if they are impressed by her. She likes Marti Belle, though. A couple of New York girls. April Sera, one time known as Serafini, trained here in IWC at the Iron City Wrestling Academy back in 2010. Parted ways with the company to travel the country, seek out new experiences, and become a very well-rounded competitor. Came back to IWC earlier this year looking for opportunity. She was the woman to beat here in IWC in her early couple of years. Now she comes back home, looking to be part of history. Marti Belle not amused. But don't underestimate anybody in this match as we now enter Brittsburg. Britt Baker has taken IWC by storm in just her 18-some months in the game. Very impressive win-loss record. She's been fearless. She's fought the women. She's fought the men. Hell, she's even fought on Monday Night Raw. There's not much Britt can't do, but still the deck is stacked against her. Statistically, she only has a 25% chance to escape as IWC's first women's champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a four-way match to be contested under elimination rules. Participants can only be eliminated via pinfall or submission, and the match will continue until only one individual remains. That person will be the very first IWC Women's Champion! Introducing your referee in charge from the belt down, CJ Sensation. And now, the challenger! She is the original IMC Wrestling Academy female graduate, a six-time women's champ, the dangerous woman, April Sera! From the Bronx, New York, she is the leader of the Strong Women, Sonya Strong! From a city so beautiful, his name twice, New York, New York, TNA Knockout, Marti Belle!
Well, the citizens of Brittsburg have come out en masse to support Britt. We won't even have any attempt for any future preliminaries because this matchup is underway. Four-way battle. To the best of my knowledge, one fall will finish, women's title at stake. Belle, Strong, Sera, and Baker. It's now one of two vacant titles we have to fill tonight, with the IWC Championship still to come, RJ City and Wardlow. And Sera tries to send Strong into the guardrail. Strong jumps over. Marty countered as well. Look at Sera and Baker throw caution to the wind, and we're in the crowd already. But mind you, you can't win the women's title in amongst the fans. But this thing is wild. We've had some crazy women's matches here. First time that women competed in an IWC ring, I believe, was 2005. Daisy Hayes and Sumi Sakai as part of a mixed tag match with Glenn Spector, the Wonder Man, and Chris Hero. Then in 2007, Daisy Hayes and Sara Del Rey had the first ever one-on-one women's match in IWC. And it all leads here. And this is a confrontation I've been waiting for. Baker and April Sera, as they exchange covers center ring. April Sera was the it girl in IWC before anybody knew who Britt Baker was. And Baker came back and I think kind of eclipsed what April Sera had done as Sonya Strong, with a couple of Strong style kicks to Baker and Sera. As we mentioned, Strong trained by Amazing Red, House of Glory in the New York area. Amazing Red can hit you hard and hit you fast. We'll see if Sonya's learned. It looks like she has. April Sera, snap suplex on April Sera. Cover two. Notice Marti Belle almost had a lapse in judgment there and let Strong pin Sera. Sera kicked out at the last second. And there you see Sonya not going to let the same mistake happen twice. Let's be friends after interrupting the fall. Not sure how well that's going to get them. Again, Strong and Marty getting along. They're a couple of New Yorkers. But alliances are to be treaded in very lightly in a matchup like this. Down goes Sera. Now, again, we've seen Marti Belle violently turn on her former partner, Jade, on Impact Wrestling. They were formerly the Dollhouse. Now here you see Strong attempts another cover. And Marty's like, what's up with that? Now she tries to cover. And predictably, well, that didn't fly either. And the divide and conquer strategy, while working for a moment, you can already sense the tensions escalate. Marty head of steam. Knee right to the back of the head while Sonya plays cleanup and gets Baker, keeps Baker at due, I should say. Oof. Look out. Baker hard into the guardrail on the outside. And Marty's still directing traffic. I'm surprised this allegiance between Marti Belle and Strong has lasted as long as it has, albeit through some trying times. Hard kick right to the chest cavity. Let's see what you got, Marty. Oh. The running butt, so to speak. As Britt on the outside hurt, while April Sera, the victim of a double team. as they are measuring April Sera. Roll through by Sera, and Sonya hits the ring post. Neck breaker, nicely done. Can April Sera pull this off? Hook of the leg, only 2. Four very physically evenly matched athletes. But it's Marti sending Sera to the outside. Marti measuring Sera, having trouble breathing for a second. This ain't gonna help. Diving clothesline connects Marti Belle, throwing a bit of caution to the wind. But here comes Britt Baker. Baker out of nowhere, and she's got those hard forearms. Oof. Baker, a thinking woman's wrestler. Always plots her moves ahead. Studying to be a dental assistant in her time away from the ring. She's not just beautiful, she's intelligent. And great intelligence there to adjust. As Sera had Sonya overhead, Britt seizes an opportunity down with a neck breaker, but what did she take out of herself? Marti Belle tries to capitalize, but not enough. And April Sera just wild, flailing rights, but Marti Belle able to slip underneath Sera to the outside. All 4 of these women worse for wear at this point. This has been a physical, in-your-face, smash-mouth affair. As Marti, Sonya, and Sera battling on the outside, but look at Britt Baker. Britt Baker hanging out. The officials trying to get everybody where he needs them, but it's not exactly going to work. Because Britt Baker has something else in mind as the struggle continues on the floor. Baker flies. Baker picked her opportunity, but she made the most of it. 3 for the price of 1, and she looks okay. And listen to this explosion from a near-capacity crowd in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Marti the victim of a forearm strike, and April gives Britt one. It's April and Sonya in the ring. April gets a cover. Imagine if April could have picked up the victory based off of Britt's high risk. What in the world? Britt just pulled out a table. Are you serious? In the ring, it's Sonya charging through with a corner splash on April Sera. Britt Baker has lost her mind. I was done talking about thinking woman's wrestler, taking advice from Master William Regal, and now she's gone off the deep end with the women's championship at stake. And Marti Belle, Britt was struggling with that table for a minute. Marti Belle sees an opportunity. And now Britt does the same to Marti. Meanwhile, the only 2 that can win at this exchange are April and Sonya in the ring. This is completely broken down. I did not expect the women's championship to be decided quite in this chaotic manner. What in the world? No. Ow! April Sera was going to go high risk on Sonya. Strong Marti Belle saw her surroundings and adapted. Handful of shirt, and Sera head over heels through a broken table is now a broken body of April Sera. And this may be reduced to a 3-way matchup. The bottom drops out, flatliner, Sonya half a count away. Marti interrupts, this match continues, but April Sera's not moved. Marti Belle with a double underhook face plant. Well, Sonya Strong eliminated. As Marti Belle with a kick to the upper body of Britt Baker. And now the double underhook now on Baker as well. Baker rolls up Marti. You got to wonder if Sera will be able to continue, by the way, or if she'll just be eliminated due to injury. There's a rocker dropper, and Britt Baker just pinned Marty. And Baker is left with April Sera, who's out on her feet, but I'll give her credit. She's getting back in the ring, and now it's the two stalwarts, oh God, of IWC Women's Wrestling, and that'll do it. No! Oh, I thought for sure that was going to be it. Baker, I don't know how she's back to her feet so quickly, but a super kick of her own, and Sera! Oh, just a half a count away. Baker didn't have her body draped all the way over Sera's. That may have been the only thing, that weight positioning, that kept April Sera alive. Sera with a shoulder thrust in the corner. Baker battling free as best she can. And Sera feeding, look at this, powerbomb, powerbomb, center of the ring. That'll do it, no! And you can see the toll this is taking on Baker, who is just crawling, trying to get her wits about her at this point. April Sera not much better off, but man, she's charging in full force. Second time, Baker caught her that time. Look at this, great roll through. Submission attempt. Modified Rings of Saturn. Will April Sera tap out? Women's Championship hangs in the balance. What? Sera shifted the weight to her. Baker's shoulders were trapped for a moment. Good grief. The physicality keeps escalating. April Sera calls her shot. Will that be it? New Women's Champion? No. My God, Baker's still fighting. Oh, wait a second. This could be the Britsburg plunge. Britt got it. This could do it. Britt Baker makes history. It was a war of attrition. It was an epic battle between four pound for pound the toughest women you'll find anywhere. But Britt Baker has achieved a dream, something that wasn't possible when she made her in-ring debut, but she can say she was the first in what will no doubt be a long line of deserving talented female athletes. Britt Baker has become IWC Women's Champion. You can see the emotion begin to sink in on Britt Baker as she realizes the magnitude of what's happening in an era where women's wrestling is going through a resurgence, a transformation, an evolution, and indeed revolution. Britt Baker puts herself right at the forefront with a major championship victory. And now the presentation. IWC owner Justin Plummer with a beautiful, beautiful championship title belt. What a moment. What a triumphant victory. And very deserving for the hard-working, now face of IWC Women's Wrestling, Britt Baker, celebrating amongst her people. It's a party in Pittsburgh tonight.
Opponents are eliminated by being thrown over the top rope and to the arena floor. Both feet must touch the floor. The match will continue.